Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Salute to everybody for tapping on in. If y'all can hear me, press 1 in the comment section. Let me get a mic check real quick. 1 2 1 2. If you guys can hear me, press 1 in the comment section, man. I got a crazy story coming for y'all today, man. Unbelievable stuff, man. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. I got a mic check real quick. Y'all can hear me? I bet. Yeah, y'all like this video, man. Hit the like button. Y'all come on in, man. Share the video, man. So, man, bro, wow. I was absolutely floored when I read this report right here about this brother right here, and the situation he is dealing with as we speak right now. Now, for you guys who don't know what's going on, this man is a professional basketball player who was once drafted in the NBA G League, and he basically, was a star player at Oklahoma State and Utah State University. Now, according to the reports coming out of TMZ, man, this brother, his name is Jared Shaw, could potentially face the death penalty after he was arrested on a cannabis candy arrest. Now, I'm going to let y'all know exactly what was going on. So they're saying that this dude now is potentially facing a death penalty because, once again, and I try to tell so many people, and y'all smash the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I try to tell so many people that, this guy, you know what I'm saying? You can't go overseas doing crazy stuff, man. You just can't, bro. Oh, the rules overseas are completely different, man, than in the States. And people don't understand this. They go over to different countries. They get caught up doing foolishness, man. And then they get a reality check when they find out that the rules are much harsher in different countries. Now, according to the report from TMZ Sports, it says that former college basketball player Jared Shaw could face the death penalty after he was arrested in Indonesia for allegedly smuggling cannabis infused in candy in the country. Now it says the 6'11" forward center, most recently a member of the Indonesian basketball league's Tangerine Hawks, was taken into custody. He was taken back on May the 7th into custody, y'all, after the police had received a tip from the airport customs that he had received a suspicious package coming from Thailand. Now, this report goes on, which is crazy work. It says that the law enforcement then went and raided this brother's apartment in the Tangerine Regency and said that they seized 132 candies laced with cannabis. Now, it says a video that's circulating on social media reportedly shows him yelling for help while he got arrested by the police. It says an offense involving candies containing Delta 9 THC implicating basketball athlete Jared Dwayne Shaw was handled by the narcotic units of the Socorro Hatta Airport Police. Now, the airport police chief named Ronald Sipayan said, unfortunately for Mr. Shaw, cannabis in all forms is illegal in Indonesia, a country with some of the strictest drug laws in the world. Now, Shaw, who's 34 years old, can face severe consequences, including the death penalty or life in prison for this charge. Now, it says that he's from Dallas, the Dallas native, played college basketball at Oklahoma State and at Utah State, and was selected by the Santa Cruz Warriors, the G League team for the Golden State Warriors, in the 2015 NBA G League draft. Now, it says that Mr. Shaw transitioned to the Indonesian Basketball League, playing for several teams, including the Hawks, where he signed last year. Now, it says following his arrest, this team released him from his contract, and they put out a statement that said, "We don't tolerate players, administrators, or anyone in the field involved in drugs." The IBL, Indonesian Basketball League chairman, stated, he said, "There's no room for drug users in the basketball world." Man, this dude's about to potentially do life or face the death penalty for smuggling cannabis, man, in Indonesia, man. Now, this is going to have to probably potentially be an international situation where you have the president uh, of the United States potentially have to get involved in foreign relations in order to put a halt to this, because especially if it comes to the death penalty. Now, he may have to serve life in prison, but they may not be able to stop that because foreign countries have their own laws. If you go break a law in a foreign country, like if you go rob somebody, if you go unalive somebody, or if you go break their laws, you have to abide by their rule book. The same way in the United States. If a foreigner comes to the United States and they break a law, and their law has a certain guideline for sentencing, then you have to abide by the law. So they give you 30 years. You got to do your 30 years, and then you'll be deported. So if this dude, if he gets the death penalty, man, they're going to have to fight in the United States to try to keep him alive, and potentially have to get into some type of trade situation to trade off something with the country in order to get this, negotiate something in order to get this guy back, or to prevent. You're going to have to go through the highest channels to prevent uh, that severe of a punishment of this guy. But it's going to be hard because he's in a different country. He broke a different country's laws. So it's just unbelievable. This dude seen Brittany Griner go through what she went through in her situation. And now you allegedly smuggle this stuff and get caught with it in your room. And they raided your room, and you got this stuff on you in your room, bro. Like, what are you doing? You playing professional basketball, bro. What are you doing, bro? It makes no sense whatsoever. These dudes, to me, they have no comment. Your family's probably going crazy. Now, your family got to all go get passports if they don't have them. All spend money and go overseas and find out what's going on with you. They probably not going to speak the language. It's going to be hard. They got to go get an attorney. If you don't already have one, you're going to be sitting in jail. They got to get all your stuff. Man, this is absolutely insane that these dudes will put themselves in a situation because, like I said, according to the reports from TMZ, this dude could face the death penalty for cannabis, for weed. So, and it's legal in the United States in many areas. So this is just me telling you guys, and I'm saying this stuff to y'all, and I bring these reports to y'all to show y'all, man, that people need to use their brains. And y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here, man. People need to use their brains and stop thinking that things ain't what it is, bro. This is the reason why I don't give brothers a pass when they do stupidity. Because of the simple fact that, hey, man, listen, y'all risking y'all lives with this stuff, man. And you don't. I don't want to see brothers lose their lives and be in this type of situation because you don't went and made a mistake. Now they even talking about over the situation with Chris Brown. They found another rapper, the other rapper that they said helped Chris Brown jump that boy. So Chris Brown is even facing life in prison overseas because they allegedly put a vicious beatdown on a music producer. So now he's facing life in prison overseas. And there's nothing that the states can do about it. You haven't heard Trump or anybody talking about that in the United States. You haven't heard anybody really saying, hey, man, we're going to go get this guy. Nothing. It ain't no big argument for Chris Brown. Ain't a lot of people out here that's going up there to the White House saying, hey, look, we got to get Chris Brown. You don't see a lot of campaigns about that. And so especially like with this guy, with this type of situation, man, and then, man, I'm just telling y'all, man, it can become a thing where people want to exchange for the situation. I guess there's a situation going on with the tariffs and stuff. Countries may want to negotiate on that and all this other stuff. Man, people ain't going through all that for one guy, man. This guy may lose his life off breaking another country's laws and bringing weed through the airport, bro. That's crazy work, bro. Crazy work, bro. Like, how could you do that, dog? I don't understand that. And then have it in your room, bro. To where they come in your room and they raid your room and it's in your room. That's crazy work. So now, again, they don't have the same type of process that they have in the United States. Now, you don't know what type of lawyers you're getting overseas. And you ain't getting no American lawyer. You getting a lawyer from over there. That you don't know who's he linked in with, what's going on. He may run all your money dry. You don't know what the hell is going on, bro. He's going to have to hope and pray. And that's the reason why I'm doing this article as well, because hopefully somebody will see this article and help that dude, be it somebody that's in a position, because I haven't really seen nobody doing articles about this online. So if this dude doesn't get attention drawn to his situation, man, he is going to be in for hell, bro, because if they give him the death penalty, because they don't play over there in courts. They go to courts, they take you in, it ain't no big process. They show the evidence, boom. The judge says, hey, death penalty. Boom, life in prison. That's it. It ain't no, I'm going through all this, I'm going through it. It's simple overseas as far as the court procedures. You go in, boom, they lay the evidence out, and then the judge decides, hey, boom, yeah, he's guilty. Here's your time. So the time for this, and that's crazy how they have a death penalty time. And I told you guys, like, if y'all seen the rules, and people are so shocked about this stuff because the rules are so lackadaisical in the United States in a lot of situations. And I know y'all might not think it is, but compared to overseas, that's why if you go overseas, you know what I'm saying, and you see, man, you go overseas and commit a crime, man, that stuff is a lot worse. Go overseas stealing to see how much time you get. You know what I mean? You be in prison for almost 40 years, 30, 40 years. That's why they don't have that much crime like that overseas. That's why when you go to places like China and all these places, they don't have that much crime like that. Because ain't nobody trying to go to prison for the rest of their life for stealing an orange. Straight up. And that's how it be over there. You literally could steal an orange or an apple and you go into prison for the rest of your life. And they don't care. They'll do it to you. They remember they was getting ready to do LiAngelo Ball. Crazy. He had to get an international situation. And luckily he had his team over there and all his people was over there. They had to do an international situation that went to the highest levels to get him out. And he was lucky because he was highly famous. Same thing with Brittany Griner. But you know how many people y'all they got overseas right now? You understand what I'm saying? That's in prison right now. They don't have no publicity, no promotion. So me doing this video just as a fellow, you know what I'm saying, to this guy, you know what I mean? I don't know him personally, but, we worked in the same field. So, pro basketball. So, I know how it would be for him to go through that. Being overseas, not having nobody there to support you at home, not being a big name, hoping somebody get your story out. So I need y'all to share this video, like this video, man, because this dude is in for it, bro. And they said that when they was arresting him, he was screaming for help. You know what I'm saying? Big 6'11" dude, play basketball. They don't arrested him, taking him into jail. He's screaming for help. Somebody get the help to him he needs. Now, we don't even know if his parents are alive. If they are, now they got to go out there. We don't know what his situation is. So this is the reason why I talk about all types of stuff like this on my channel. you know what I'm saying, that people will get mad at the takes I take. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it straight like that. If a nigga don't walk in your shoes, a nigga can't say nothing to me about life. You understand what I'm saying? And that's facts, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to see people go through this. And this is, like I said, man, you got to be on a straight and narrow, especially when you're going over to different countries, man. Bro, they going to put this dude out, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. If he don't get the death penalty, they're going to give him something harsh. They're going to hit him with like a 30, 40, 50-year sentence. I'm telling y'all. And he going to be sitting over there in a foreign jail, just like a whole lot of other Americans are that y'all don't even know about. Don't y'all know how many Americans is over in foreign jails right now? I heard there was an American football player still in a Chinese prison right now. Even when he was trying to use the LiAngelo Ball situation to get attention to him so he can get out. And I heard they're over there. There's a lot of Americans that's in prison and in jails overseas that y'all ain't never heard about. Now, this is in Indonesia where them laws are strict. They don't play, man. Them laws, man, they out there like y'all, like, let me tell y'all something. They cry about police brutality in the United States. Man, that's normal overseas. Overseas, they'll beat that ass and ain't nothing gonna happen. Overseas, they'll beat you, bat you in front of everybody. Ain't nothing gonna happen. I've seen them unalive people overseas. I've been overseas and watched people get unalive and dragged out their house, thrown in the back of a truck just like that, and take them to the hospital and drop their ass on the table. I've seen it. I've seen it numerous times. You see it. And it ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't gonna be no internal investigation. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way of the law. So when you get in those countries like Indonesia and y'all see this type of stuff is really going down. It's really happening. You know what I'm saying? So he's lucky he's American to where they ain't gonna beat him like that and make this an international beef because they're beating him down. But if he was Indonesian, they'd beat the hell out of his ass. I think they would have went in there with sticks on him. Straight up, that'd have been normal work. Normal work. And I think people don't understand that. And that's why people in the States, they look at this stuff and say, oh, man, they're beating him. They're beating him, man. If y'all seen the shit that go on overseas, I've seen it, man. I've seen dudes run from the cops. It's videos I seen yesterday. A dude's trying to run from the traffic police beating their ass. Straight up. Traffic police stomping the dude out in the middle of the street because he tried to escape. Ain't nothing going to happen to him. Everybody got it on tape. That's just how I go. You know what I'm saying? One time I got stopped when I was overseas by the police. He stopped me and he tried to put his hands on me. I said, bro, I ain't no local, man. Don't put your hands on me like that, bro. Straight up, bro. See that camera right there is recording, dog. I said, don't play with me like that. And he was like, I said, bro, didn't I tell you that, bro? I said, don't ever touch me, nigga. Period. You know what I'm saying? Now, luckily I had connections and I knew, people from my team that was very powerful. So one phone call got his ass up out of there. But these situations, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Bro, international situations, you don't play. Y'all see how they got Chris Brown. Like I said, today they announced they got the other dude. So the other dude and Chris Brown, they said the two dudes jumped the dude, apparently. So that's going to be even worse. So now he got to go to the highest court over there. And all them UK people know they ain't playing that shit in no Crown Court, man. In the Crown Court, they finna get your ass up out of here. Chris Brown, he can go ahead and think about this. All of his stuff at his cribs now. Somebody got to go take care of all of his shit at his cribs. He gonna lose all that money he had. He may have to lose whatever stuff he had going on, or he may have to lose that. He lost his whole tour. He gonna lose all that money. All them people that was on with him on tour lost all that money that they was gonna make off that tour because the tour is canceled. See what I'm saying? So his tour is pretty much probably canceled because he's going to be in jail for the next month until his sentencing, and they're going to give him time. He's probably going to do around, I would say, no less than 7 years in prison. So, because he's facing life. So if he's doing no less than 7, 8, 9 years, man, bro, you might not see Chris Brown again until he about 50 some years old. Coming out of a UK prison. Now think about that, right? Think about that. So that's why I be trying to tell everybody, man, y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here, man. We got 700 people in here. For you guys who are coming in here, this brother, this professional basketball player, They caught this dude with cannabis candy in the room in a country where it's illegal, and now he facing the death penalty. This is crazy work. The death penalty for cannabis candy. The death penalty. And I try to tell people, man, they think it's a game. That's why, again, everything's a misconception. You don't see that much crime and stuff like that going on overseas. I mean, you see it from time to time, but in many countries, you don't see that much day-to-day crime going on because the laws are so strict. People ain't trying to be put in that situation. And then the justice system, shit, it ain't no. Is you go in court, they put the evidence, and then they say your ass is like, for example, his situation, they found the cannabis in his room, guilty. They already gonna say he guilty. They found it in his room. So as soon as he walk into court, ain't gonna be no, oh, somebody else denies guilty. It's in your room, guilty. Boom. They're gonna hit that gavel and tell him how many years he got and send his ass off to the prison. Straight like that. And there's nothing that Trump or anybody else can do because you cannot mingle in international laws. Why? Because the United States do the same thing. Every country has their own laws. So look how many foreigners are in prison in the United States. And what do they have to do? They have to do every bit of their time until they're released. And then when they're released, they're deported to whatever country they're from. That's how it goes. So you can't do that in your country and then turn around and tell another person's country, oh, well, y'all can't do this. No, that's not how it works. That's not how this shit works. That's why I don't be making excuses for none of these clowns, because it ain't no excuses to be made. My pops always told me, ain't no excuses, bro. Go get it done and do it the right way. Ain't no excuses. You know what I mean? Because when you don't give them excuses, now they don't have an excuse to F up. And this dude right here, I guarantee you, he over there crying to the police. I guarantee you, he would, if he had another chance to think it over. And then here's the thing, like I said, he watched the whole Brittany Griner situation, and you still took that risk. No brains. You watched the whole situation with Brittany Griner, and you still doing what you're doing. He ain't got no brains. He ain't got no brains. He ain't got no brains. Crash out mission. They ran in his house or in his apartment and found cannabis in all form. They found cannabis in the candies containing Delta 9 THC inside the candy. So he probably thought because he had the candy, they wasn't gonna find him. He was gonna be able to get it in, use it. You know, some of these people, they addicted to getting high, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that overseas. You go overseas getting high, they're gonna block your ass up. In the States, it's legal. So he think because it's legal in the States. You know what I'm saying? And then they said he got it from Thailand. So he didn't even get it from the United States and bring it over there. They said he brought it over from Thailand. Right? So that means he probably got it from somebody in Thailand, went over there. Why they didn't pin him down at the airport? Who knows? Because he wasn't at the airport. They said it was a package that came in. So he had somebody ship it to him. Hey, bro, that's crazy work, bro. You got somebody ship it to you in your name, dog. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You in Indonesia. You're going to have somebody from Thailand ship it to you. It's not a setup. He ordered it. He had him ship it to him. That's not a setup. It's a fool. See, you guys always want to get a cop out to these niggas. That's not a cop out. They said he had it shipped to him in a package through the airport. That's how it works overseas. Like, for example, when I was overseas playing basketball, if I want to get a package shipped to me, I can have a package shipped to me overseas. It's coming through the airport. They're going to check your package, man. They're going to go through your package. With his case, they probably let the package get to him just to prove their case. Then, once he came and got the package, they went and told the police, hey, yeah, he had, we checked that package. It was cannabis in that package. Because they check all the packages that go overseas. They open them shits and check everything. Straight up. So, dude, like I said before, man, like, you lost your whole basketball career now, whatever's left of it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to play ball no more because ain't nobody else going to deal with you after this because you're going to be in jail. You probably lost the majority of your life because in Indonesia, you know, they probably going to give you facing the death penalty or life in prison. They probably give you like 20 years. So you're going to sit in prison for 20 years. Ain't nothing that the states can do about it. Like I said, everybody think that the international gonna come in and just jump in. The United States, the president, he not finna jump in for all these situations. Because if that's the case, you would have people doing that with the United States whenever foreigners come to the States and get locked up. Nope. You don't see other countries coming in there fighting to get their people out of there all the time. Doesn't happen. Hey, let your ass you do the crime, you do the time. And then once you finish, they're gonna send your ass out of there and deport you to your own country. And that's the thing. He gonna get deported. And then so when he goes to jail out there, they're gonna have his ass doing all kind of work, man. Bro, he gonna be doing all kind of crazy work in jail, bro. And they think the work in jail in the States is bad. Go overseas and do that crazy work in jail where ain't nobody else talking English. Everybody talking Indonesian. You looking at these little midget guards, and then the beds that they got is for midgets. Think about what I just said to y'all. The beds they got over there in them jails is for midgets. They ain't for your size. You 6'11". The rooms you got is super, super small. Go look at an Indonesian jail online. Go look at an Indonesian prison online, and you'll see. And that's why I be telling everybody about this stuff, right? I be telling everybody, right? Y'all need to understand this. And I'm gonna show you a picture of an Indonesian prison right now. I'm gonna show you a picture of a prison he's gonna be in, which is crazy work. But this is how it be. And y'all finna see it. And when I show y'all this, I'm showing y'all something that's real. Like, I'm not showing you nothing that's capped. This is what they prisons really look like. And as a matter of fact, I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna put it on the screen right now and show everybody that's watching this video. Because I want people to see a lesson. To the person who said Chris Brown to get 4 to 6 years, I don't see it. Because they're saying he got the harshest beating. One of the harshest, because they said the dude was disfigured. That's why he's suing Chris Brown for $16 million. So to the person who said that, wrong. I don't see that. They saying that he got the harshest one because they're saying it was 2 people. And so if you read the laws, when it's multiple people like that beating up on a dude, they're gonna hit you with the book. So it wasn't one person on one person and one person defending. It was one person that's saying that was getting beat up and beat badly by 2 people. That's the part you didn't see, man. So when you said that, I told you. That's why I be trying to tell all these people, man, I don't be making no excuses for none of these clowns. None. Real talk, man, because when you make excuses, you give people a way to get a cop out. And I don't want people to have a cop out. That's an Indonesian jail right there, y'all. That's what the prison look like in Indonesia. Where this dude is at right now. That's what the prison looks like in Indonesia. Straight up. You think you got a prison uniform? Hell no. You gonna wear your same clothes. The question is that this fool gonna be eating rice and slop every day. That's what the prison look like in Indonesia. Y'all don't see no beds, mofos sleeping on the floor, all kind of stuff. They got a mat on the floor. And then you're gonna be doing labor work in the prison. And when I try and tell people this, like, people think it's a joke. I'm gonna show you another picture. Like, literally, they don't have beds in the prison in Indonesia. And guess what? There's nothing he can do about it. He ain't gonna see no brothers in that prison. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes talking Indonesian. You're gonna have all kind of criminals in there and all kind of stuff. And they're gonna be trying him because he a foreigner, and they're gonna look at him like, you know what I'm saying? You know, he got money, or he food, or they're gonna try and extort him so they can survive. So when you look at these prisons, I told y'all they ain't got no beds in there. The prisons over in Indonesia make the prisons in the United States look like hotels, 5-star hotels. Those are the prisons in Indonesia. They make them look like 5-star hotels. Now imagine laying on the floor like that with dudes beside you like that. Those are what the prisons look like in Indonesia. So he's in there right now. Think about that. He's been in there. And so I'm showing y'all this because this is the type of stuff that happens when these dudes make these decisions. You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that dudes make, that dudes have. If those dudes in Indonesia could be in an American prison, they'll be happy as hell. They'll be happy as hell they could be in American prison compared to where they at. And I try to tell y'all this, right? So they feel like when you're a criminal, you ain't got no rights. When you're a criminal, when they feel like when you're a criminal, you gave up your rights. When you became a criminal, they feel like overseas you gave up your rights to be a human being because you're a criminal. That's how they look at you. They don't look at you as a member of society. They look at you as a detriment to society. Right? And I'm telling y'all what it is. Y'all see that? Look at the dude. Yeah, you see homie in the glasses? Yeah, all those dudes is in there for crazy crimes. Some of them in there for petty crimes. And they doing a whole lot of time just for something crazy. Stealing some food. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You steal some food, you get 15, 20 years in prison. Somebody said they target us. They're not targeting us. How's that targeting us? You don't see no too many black folks in that prison. They're not targeting us. They usually treat Americans great, especially when you over there playing ball and stuff like that. So that's a lie. I won't let you tell that lie. That's not about targeting. You know what that's about? And I'm going to tell you what that's about right there. What that is about, sir, is that is about stupidity. He had the drugs shipped over to him from a different country. So how they targeting us? He was the one who did the stupidity. Period. I mean, you see multiple players think they can get away with trying to sneak this stuff over in these other countries, and they getting jammed up in every way you look. Period. So this is gonna be his life for a long time, because they found all that stuff in his room. You know, they went in there and took pictures, have evidence. They're reporting online, and then he goes right to court, and boom, they'll find you guilty. They'll give you your time. You'll sit in prison for however long you gotta do your time, and then you'll get out. Only if you're at the highest level. But then you gotta think about this again. Chris Brown don't been overseas for how many days in prison? A couple days. You don't see no worldwide protest for Chris Brown. You know why? Because half the America hate Chris Brown. Half the country hate Chris Brown. So they like, hey, let his ass sit over there. Y'all don't see the president coming out here making those statements about Chris Brown and them trying to go help get his situation. Nope. They're going to let his ass sit right over there and do whatever time they give him. That's exactly what they're going to do. They denied his ass bail. They're not playing with these dudes. And so this is the reason why when you raise the youngins and you raise them up, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just telling y'all, man. Telling y'all this, you know? So learn from this stuff, man. Everybody that's watching these videos I'm putting out to y'all, man, y'all need to learn from this stuff, man. It's real out here, bro. And I'm putting these videos up so y'all can learn. So y'all can understand, damn, dog, they ain't playing. Nah, dog, they ain't playing with you. They trying to get, they gonna get you up out of here. So let me know what y'all think. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Y'all smash the like button, man. Let's get over 1,000 likes, man. Salute to everybody. Share this video, though, man. Like, share, subscribe. Prayer for the brother, man. But he facing a death penalty, bro. That's crazy, bro. He facing a death penalty for smuggling drugs in a different country. I'm gone, man.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.